Hey, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the movie Happy Death Day to You. Now this is a sequel to the original Happy Death Day from 2017, which I thought was a pretty okay film. Now this film has like a more of like a science fiction. It still has like the horror slash element to it, but it brings in like a science fiction element too as well. Now I feel like it was on par with the original one, but I still believe the original was probably actually more better, being that there was already a concept that was introduced, whereas in this film they're showing it like kind of repeating again, as the same, kind of very similar to what they was doing like in the original. They're just bringing in more like elements into it to make it kind of different. But this was still pretty okay, and I am kind of, interested in this franchise. I like the idea of like the time repeating itself over and over, and she has to find a way to get out of this particular situation. Because like this film at first you would think it's like focused on like another character. I forget like the character's name, I think it's Ryan. You'll think it's actually focused on him this time around because it starts with him having to repeat the same day over and over. He keeps dying in the same way, which is like funny, because it's like it's repeating over and over, just like it did in the first Happy Death Day. But this time it does switch focus and returns to the idea of it being focused on Trey, on Tree, played by Jessica, I think Roth, I think that's how you pronounce it. So it is actually her story again. It's actually very connected to the original film. And like most of the cast, like the characters from the first film, all of them kind of like return, well, a lot of them, And I'm not going to really touch on like the killer. I think they call the killer a Babyface. That's what they're actually calling the killer now. It's Babyface Killer. I think that's how they pronounce it now. Like that killer returns to it as well. And this is spoiler alert if you haven't seen like the original Happy Death Day. The killer can actually be anybody. It's not like really focused on one person. It's like anybody could be wearing that mask, basically. But yeah, this time Jessica, she's caught like back inside the time loop, and that's what they're calling it. I think like this loop thing, where it's like repeating over and over. But this time they had this technical device. This is where the science fiction part of it comes in, where they actually kind of go back in time, almost like they're going back in time. They can go back in time to a certain extent. So I thought it was kind of odd and interesting to a certain extent. But at this point, it's actually turning into like a science fiction film. Which was okay, I'm okay with it, But the idea of how they actually created this like device, was kind of complicated. I'm not gonna really get into it too much because they don't really go into it or dwell in it too much. It's just there, And you can tell they're actually leaving it open probably for like another film, because this film definitely does leave room for like a sequel. I won't be surprised if it's like a third one, So yeah, she ends up like repeating the same day, and this time it's kind of like different. She knows exactly what happens and what's going to happen again, just like she did in the original one, But this time it's kind of like different, But overall, like I say, it was okay film. I'm not going to really get into it too much, but it felt very, it's like similar to the original, and it's kind of cool. It's like these same people, like these cast and characters, playing these same roles and everything. It's kind of good. They're keeping them like in the film, They didn't have like a new like cast. I think they bring about the original people, for these roles. I thought it was pretty cool. And the same director, Christopher Landon, he also returned to direct this film too as well. So I think that's another plus that they're trying to establish the franchise in that mold. So I think that's kind of cool, And like I said, a third one would be, I would be up for a third one, I like what's going on with it, I think it's kind of intriguing and interesting concept, and I still don't think this was as good as the first one, but it is like still, like I said, a okay film, And this time loop thing, this time it can actually be kind of controlled to a certain extent. We're not really controlled with this thing known as the reactor, and that's like this technical thing that can like turn back time. Like I say, all that was kind of like way like far fetched, but it was okay because this is still like a comedy too. It's still funny, But I do like the idea of like the time like repeating over and over, and she has to find a way to escape from that happening, And you can see that it can easily take the series into like a direction where it focuses on like other characters too. It doesn't have to be on that particular character, But yeah, in the end, Happy Death Day to You, which is a sequel to the original Happy Death Day. Like I said, it's on par with the original one, but I thought the original one was still kind of like slightly better than this. So I'm just going to end up giving this a C again, I would definitely recommend it for like fans of these kind of like horror, like comedy type films, because it does have still like a serious tone. But it is funny too at times. There's like a lot of moments where you can't help but like laugh at, it does have like a lot of humor, and I think that's kind of cool, And I like that they're keeping like the same cast and like the characters too, making it to I guess you could say like a franchise. I think that's kind of cool. You know, that's why I say I would be open to seeing another one of these. You know, and I think the Babyface Killer does the kind of cool. You know, like this is spoiler alert. You could be kind of any person could be actually in the role of Babyface. Kind of similar to how they do like the Scream movies, like with the Ghostface character. Like anybody could be like Ghostface. You know, he wasn't really like one person. You know, so yeah. In the end, I'm giving Happy Death Day to You. I'm giving this a C. And I would recommend it, you know, for like horror, like slasher fans. I would definitely recommend for that crowd, you know. So please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.